Welcome to Mediocre Gaming, and today we're playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Zarel. Let's get to it. Alright, so today we're doing the story arc, City of War. But before we get to that, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and ring that bell to be notified of all future episodes as soon as they go live. So let's get into it. So, City of War takes place in London, or Lunden, as they might say. Walls and Shadows is the first of several, I would say, missions that you're going to have to complete. And we had just finished another region to get more allies. The more allies we have, the stronger our hold on our own region. And if we need help from these allies, they are supposed to come and give us a hand. Hopefully, with everything that we've gone through, we can rely on that. Alright, so Stowe is one guy, but he's not the guy in charge. And here comes trouble. The bullies of the market. Avgas wants his cut of the summer harvest. Don't wave that feather in his face. Nice. We're talking. Farmers of Mercia have paid already. He can petition for more if he wants it. Dude. That big guy, he did not put it down his pants. He put an apple down his pants. If he wants it, he can bob for it. Time to get sloppy. Well, he just made some nasty applesauce. Well, into the mix as soon as we get into London here. It's just a fist fight, though, so we don't have to worry about causing problems. I don't know. Parry, dodge, punch, drop kick. Nice. Nice and easy. You know, I think my first fist fight that I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't think that you could parry in fisticuffs, so it went pretty poorly, I think, for me in my first one. And then, you know, you just like anything, you learn and you kind of pick up some new things, and all of a sudden you start saying, oh, hey, I get it. You can do this, you can do that. All right, so Stowe is the sheriff of half of London. So even back in this time frame, you're talking about, it's still a large area. Take me to your leaders, Stowe. So the governor is the one that we want to talk to, Trigger. And then, of course, there's another sheriff for the eastern half. So we're going to follow him back and get a pledge, hopefully, from Trigger. And then that'll be that. But there's not much of a story behind that. So we're getting a little bit of background here. Stowe was raised here. Raised by priests. And then Trigger saw him as someone with potential. sometimes it takes an outsider, which I'm assuming Trigger was. He was an outsider, and you don't judge people by their relationships or their status. Just how competent, how good are they at what you need them to be good at. All right, so we got to the villa, but it's not looking too good. Looks like there was a major battle between armies. And the losing side is the side that we were trying to talk to. Oh, before we came to London, we did get a little tip that this area was heavily infested with the Order of the Ancients, which is, of course, the yin to the Assassins Guild yang, so to speak. So the headless body, pretty sure that was Trigger, guy that's talking. Erke is the other. Sheriff of London on the other side of town. Seal the bonds of friendship with the clan, and I was a little bit late. Not that it would have mattered, because if he had gotten taken out right afterwards, then it would have meant nothing anyway. They left a letter. Alright, so let's have a look around. Use Odin's Sight. It'll give us a little bling where we need to be, or where we need to look. From Rome went an order of heretics who worshipped the relics before the time of Christ. Contained fearful news about London. Warns of 3 heathens who have infiltrated London. Interesting. Trigger, you dirty dog. Have a bunch of mistresses on the side. Alright, we got a surgeon's tool. A note. We've got some tracks on the ground. 2 average, 1 massive. Wonder if he's just basing that off of like the size of the print, or if there's something else, because it's stone, so it's not like he's sinking into the ground more. Alright, and the last one, of course, would be, unless you're looking up, is going to be tough to find. Hung from the rafters. And a seal from the letter. So we have Trigger, who's obviously Norse. Erke, who is also Norse. And then you have got Stowe, who is Saxon. So eyeless guards, headless leader. They were definitely trying to send a message. 3 heretics, the leech, the arrow, and the compass. Poor fellow soldier of Christ. Poor fellow soldier. Yeah, it's an interesting name. Yeah, don't trust anyone outside this room. And even that. Now look, these two guys have obviously been working together for a little bit. They don't know you at all. And now you're saying, yeah, I don't know if you should trust anyone in this room even. All right, so the compass is a boat captain from Francia. And we got a seal from the Mithric temple. A pagan idea, so-called god. So it's old. It's an old god. City answers to blood and power. We should serve that way. That's not necessarily the way to do it. Alright, so Stowe's gonna take care of the body. Yeah, get some air from time to time because it reeks. Alright. Onward. And now all the locals know what's going on, or the first of the locals have figured out what's going on. Going our separate ways. They're going to clean up and kind of calm the people down, hopefully, and I'm going to go over and see what is going on at the Mithric temple, but I have to find the entrance to the temple. So once you get close enough, then all of a sudden you got to use your crow, and you find a circle, and I basically just kind of put a marker, a waypoint, somewhere near the middle, and that's usually good enough. Yeah, well guarded for a tangle of old ruins. And some tougher guys while we're at it. See if we can find the entrance without any future enemies seeing us, but obviously there's a guy that's kind of on overwatch, checking everything out. But not anymore. Oh, there's another guy across the way. We'll have to use a arrow. That was interesting. Hit him once and then there. Alrighty. Two more down. The bushes. Oh, okay, there we go. I was going to say, those bushes should have been enough to obscure our presence. One guy had seen or heard something, came over. Now he's down. Best thing to do, I think, at this point would probably be just go ahead and go down, assuming that that's the entrance. Or should we assume that maybe that's not the entrance? Well, only one way to find out. Let's check it out. There's a crack. So, oh, there we go. Yes, investigate. So we need to find some information. Apparently this is some sort of like hideout. So they didn't think that they would be disturbed here, but they put guards out just to be less suspicious. All right. Compass holds sway. The arrow was ordered to recruit archers. So either the arrow himself put the arrows into trigger, or and everything is just kind of like starting to fall into place. More surgeon tools, like what we found at the governor's villa. And that was completely worthless. You think about, you see something to move and you move it, and then when it doesn't really do anything, you're like, oh, okay. But there's one on each side, so one of them's good, one of them's not. All right, going in deeper. More stuff to find, more things to do. There was that one barred door that I'd like to get behind, see what's there, because we have to. Who's behind the order? I mean, one of the big reasons to come to London, well, the second reason. First is to get an ally in the region, and then the second is, or the first, depending on what you think is more important, is, deal a blow to the order. Worth knocking on a few doors. I would say troubling findings. Never heard of it. Of course, they would say that even if they were a member. Order of the what? I don't know what you're talking about. Compass is in charge. Arrow and leech are his hands. So the compass is the head, and the other guys are the right hand and the left hand. All right. So the leech buys slaves for something. Some of them cut to pieces, and Stowe didn't know about it. Arrow's Dane, who has seen his share of battle, suggests he's an archer. Among the Danes, sowing discord, surrounded by fighting men. So, the arrow's on the west side, and the compass is a mystery. We know a little bit, but obviously not his name or his face. Frankish captain is about all we know. So, like he's saying, captains are transient sort, so they're here and they're gone. They go up and down the river, maybe even further. Got a good idea here. Eivor says, hey, if we take out the leech and the arrow, then the compass should come back as soon as he hears word. How quickly is hard to say. So let's get to it. All right. So let's find the arrow. The arrow is in Stowe's neck of the woods in the West Market. Yeah, why don't you wear a cloak? Does people good to see a lawman on the hunt. But people either for or against you are going to see where you're at and what you're doing. So, I mean, not me necessarily, since I'm wearing a cloak and I'm trying to be discreet, unlike you, Stowe. And now, discord amongst the sheriffs. Stowe's thinking maybe Eric had something to do with it because whoever took out Trigger was a friend, someone that Trigger probably let his guard down with and wasn't able to put it up in time, and that is what did him in. Yes. It's good to talk, get that off your chest, think things through, air out what you need to air out. He's going to distance himself a little bit. We're going to do our thing. We need to get a coin quietly, or maybe even not so quietly. Let's see how it goes. Let's see if I have to talk to him, or is that a coin for the contest? Oof. And they saw me. So I tried to steal, but it didn't work out too well. But now I've got the coin, so that's the only thing that I was here for. All right, engraved with the Colosseum in Lunden. And here we go, a whole bunch of people just standing around, shooting or watching. Invitation only. Well, how about that? I'll show you how well I handle this bow. All right, so we've got targets. Let's see how many targets we got. And we'll have to do it in 30 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So about every 3 seconds you need to hit a target. Obviously, or faster. And a couple seconds to spare. They do make a note. They say something if you do hit a bullseye. Well shot. Ooh, I get to be by the arrow's side. Go and speak to Hussa. May the Father of Understanding guide us. And that's the password. So let's go talk to the guy. Yeah, I'm Hussa. Who's asking? Now, I wasn't told the counter sign for that, so how would I know if this isn't some other guy? All right, Avgos, which we've heard that name before. So, he's got a little political rally, it looks like, that he's going, getting people fired up about people coming from the outside to cause trouble. Trigger slaughtered by outsiders. Or not by outsiders. Oh, I missed that. I had an opportunity to take the guy out, and I was just less than half a second slow. Oops. That guy got in the way of my arrow. There we go, headshot. Now I just need to confirm it. Now, if you can confirm it before you get attacked, ooh, look at that, just in time. It's always kind of nice when after you confirm it, you can kind of see the impetus, the reason why they did what they did, or at least in their minds, what they thought. It's a hard thing to raise the rats as warriors. Yes, you didn't raise anyone. Decent shots, though. Gave him order, purpose, a common enemy. Yeah, outsiders. Xenophobia. Arrow for their rage. If we didn't have a foe, we would consume ourselves. Odin, why are you playing devil's advocate? Man without an enemy. King killer and a coward. Would I do the same? Oof. Talk about aim. They hit about every inch of them. And the coin, which we can bring back to Hytham when this is all over. If we have enough, which I assume we will, since there's at least 3 guys that we have to deal with. Yeah, that's kind of lame. As soon as I come back, I got hit because the guy was in the middle of a swing. Alright, don't have to deal with those. We just have to get back. Unless you want to practice and or experience and whatever they're holding. Newly polished. Avgos? That can't be right. My old friend had no cause to murder. Or did he? To harden the softness of its younger men. Yeah, you ignored what you should have seen. Ambition, greed, anger. Yeah, for many, that's true. If it was just Avgos raising his fist and saying, we need to keep the outsiders out, then that would be one thing, but since he had a whole bunch of guys under him doing the same thing, it made it a whole different story. All of a sudden, it just looked like this is what people want. Alright, so 1 down. We've got 1 more that's in London on the other side to take care of, and then we can deal with the compass. So, new bodies are thrown in all the time, and for what purpose? Eyes are scooped out, chopped into pieces. Every crooked dealing comes through here, but no one's going to speak up. So, yeah, we took out 1 guy. We just need to take out this guy now. Took out the arrow. Now it's time for the leech. Uh-oh. People always worried about their friends and family when you got a whole bunch of people getting dumped in the river. Doing dealings at night for a blacksmith. 1 green, 1 blue. She's been gone for 2 days, though. In London, you must always fear the worst. Run errands, make delivery, go back to the smithy, Don't know the name of the guy though, so that's where we come in. Let's see, anything else? Lingering under the London Bridge. All right, so it's a good place to start, if nothing else. Shady Smith, missing child. London Bridge after sundown. One of the things I'm not crazy about is that there's no way to pass time. Like if you're in an area where you can just be like, okay, I just want to wait here until it gets dark or until it gets light. There's not really any way that I know of that you can do that. You just have to wait for the time to pass. And although it's not a lot of time that you have to wait in between, it is some time, especially if it's just getting light and you need it to be dark. So we'll come back when it's dark, which it is, and we'll hide and see what's up. So we come here, see some guy who's obviously keeping an eye out for people that are watching him. But it's kind of the seedy part of London anyway, so, at night under the bridge.
Best follow him, see where this leads.
So I kind of have the feeling that anyone could be jumped at any time if you're in the, the wrong place at the wrong time kind of thing. Now he's off and running. We need to tail him, but that also means we need to keep our distance so that he doesn't see us following him. Because if we get made, then I don't know what will happen. If he'll just take off, if he'll attack, or if he'll go a roundabout way just to try and lose us or take us through kind of the rough areas so that he doesn't have to deal with us at all. So luckily this is a game that's built on stealth mechanics, so we can pretty much guarantee that if we don't want to be seen, we can do so without too much trouble.
No, just meandering.
And at night, field of vision is reduced, so not a big deal. All right, so he's going into a building, a dilapidated church, it looks like. And now we just need to find the blacksmith now that we're in the area that we need to be in. It's obviously a restricted area with a whole bunch of guys guarding it. So need to find whichever one of these guys is the blacksmith and have a little chat with him. The guy is not the blacksmith isn't the leech. It doesn't make sense. The leech obviously has to be the one that was using the surgeon's tools. So the blacksmith could be making the surgeon tools for the leech, but not the leech himself. In general, blacksmiths aren't. They don't necessarily have that dexterity. So which one of these guys is it? And this guy keeps trying to ring the bell. I made him pay for trying to ring it the second time. And we'll just bring the bell down just so we don't have to worry about it anymore. But the damage was probably already done. Sometimes the time slowing causes more trouble. It's good to have, but it sometimes causes trouble. Alright, so we need to be anonymous, get in the door, which we are.
You got the purse, Amo?
There we go.
Huh? Who the fuck are you?
You got my money? Alright, level 2 persuasion.
What have you to do with him?
I'm keeping him safe. Had a fear he was being followed.
I knew he was soft. Not like
I knew he was soft.
hard as hog's breath, that one.
What happened to her?
And what happened to the girl?
So I
Got
sent
sick.
her to good Sister Frida's with. Healer
Sent her
now.
to the healer.
Sister Frida's with.
Got broken bones. A boil on
Good
the blood,
sister.
too much birth blood.
Friedswood.
She would need a broad set of tools for such work.
She would, and she has it.
She needs tools, and she has it. She comes to me, and I make whatever she wants.
Anymore, you don't.
Not anymore. So now we found out that the healer is actually the leech. All right, so since he's got this big shield, we'll try to parry and take him down. Maybe poison him to tick off a little bit of damage here and there. We can't necessarily rely on. You can use heavy attacks, but I'm only getting one. Nice through the side of the wall. All right. So we saw the delivery for tools. Now we just need to go find the leech herself, since we know it's the good sister, which is unfortunate because healers are hard to come by. And the area is well guarded. Look at all these guys. So we'll have to take guys out on the periphery and then move in and try and figure out who's the target. It's got to be around here somewhere, maybe inside the building. The problem is that there's no way to get inside without being made 10 times over. So take the guys on the upper levels that are further back. Take those guys out. And even further up. Wasn't the best idea to take that guy out first, but I didn't see these guys off the bat, so we need to take care of them quickly. Oh. Might have been a good idea to go in through the building that way, even if it's a roundabout way. This guy I have to take care of. There we go. That was not what I wanted to do, but it worked. So forgetting about that entrance up top, we'll go down. It's direct, but it's also really guarded. Really well guarded. I don't know that I'd be able to sneak up on the leech. Oof, look at all these guys. The adrenaline is, oh, there we go. Leech has been found and is making a run for it. Need to stop her in her tracks. Wow, that didn't take anything at all. Of course, she is a healer, not a fighter, per se. So once again, I'm a little bit more leery about confirming the kill without taking these guys out ahead of time. Since as soon as I went for the confirm, I got attacked, and then when I came back, I got hit. Because it doesn't completely stop time, but it slows it down. Alright. So what's good Sister Frida have to say? Friedswood?
One more, that's all. I'm nearly finished.
That is enough.
Ah, it's you.
Ah, it's you.
For all the dead we collect, dear sister,
Oof.
you and I
That's saying something.
are equals.
Quite a charm will
Put
host.
more bodies in the ground than a god.
I suppose I've been greedy in my research, but not for
Greedy in my research.
the ancient ones, the arbiters. They built us out of simple pieces. So easy to break, so difficult to mend. There must be an improvement.
So Order of the Ancients
We
believe that
should be
there's
stronger, faster, smarter.
some beings or gods that came first that put us together like Legos or puzzles,
Frida Swift.
according to her.
Perfect as we are.
But they originally made us with whatever was available, and she thinks there's better materials.
Would you?
You've got beautiful eyes. Yeah, that's a small bag of crazy. Pulled down to the depths. All right, so 2 members of the order, 2 coins gained, 2 members thinner in the ranks. All right, it's a done. Did you catch a name? Yep,
Name of Frida Swift.
What?
the good sister.
Sister?
She
That
can't
right.
be
She was a saint.
a healer. She was a healer, and
Gods.
oh,
That fits this week's
yeah, I guess that makes sense.
You knew her?
Here's her leech book.
man did the broken
Ah, well, Eric had a broken leg, and he wouldn't have thought that
no
anything
broken.
was wrong with her.
Sands
She's not evil, she's good. She helped me with my leg,
return to balance.
even if it took a lot of
All of that for this. Secrets of the
carving people up in order to make your leg better.
She ended them. It might be the ravings of a mad woman.
problem has a
Interesting.
True.
All right, just one more guy to take out, and then we're done.
Telling the hard fix.
And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check us out on social media, and thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And we'll see you next time.
Mind to burn that bloody tome. Is that the right call?
It has cures for everything, from boils to broken bones. It is worth keeping. We fight wars to save those we love, and pay in blood for what we win. This book, this is your good sister's battlefield, her kingdom.
You may be right. We can't return the dead to life. But their sacrifice can mean something. If you need me, I'll be at St. Paul's searching for something on the compass. Thanks for all this, Broca.
The good sister was murdered, and where were your guards? You hear me, Urke? Her blood's on you. It's a ruse, I tell you. It's them that killed Bridget.
Some surly guests outside.
Eivor, we were... we didn't see you enter.
Be cautious with that. Anyone could have walked in.
They might have, and I'll serve penance before God, but I will not feel shame. Not ever.
Times being what they are, Elska. I'd rather not join Tricker among the headless.
You make a well-timed point. Have you stepped out today? There's a strange feeling brewing in the streets.
I've heard the shouts. The deaths of Avgos and Frieswith have angered many.
Let us hope the compass numbers among the offended.
I don't doubt it. But are we ready for him?
Let us go over all that has happened up till now.
Trigo was killed and dismembered by men who worked for him. Men he trusted. Avgos, the Arrow. Our brother-in-arms. He wanted Lunden for the Order.
And the good sister. That's another knife to the back. London's saint. Sister Frieswith. She was the leech, and the city was her meat market. Your bishop has already issued an apology on behalf of the church.
It is time we focused on the compass, gather all we know, and lay it out, plain as day.
Aye.
We let fly the feathered dart, cut raven ink from a cowering quill. Now we wait, wolf-tensed, for the master of the River Rep to return and revenge his shaken warriors.
Well, well. This one's got the gift of Odin's meat.
What is on your minds, though?
We know the compass is a sailor, a captain from Francia.
And he won't like hearing he's got a leak in his hull, so to speak. With the death of the leech and the arrow, you'll want to hit back. But we can't know how or when.
Apart from this, the man's invisible. Coward, if you ask me.
Burn in your hell, you bloody reeves! We're pinned in!
Is there another way out?
The tower! There's an open window they can't have reached!
I'll go up. You find a way out.
Eivor! Make for the steeple!
The yarn's still spun for us, my stone. We've many years yet. Come on!
They're blocked inside. Let them
Pin them all!
die now. So slow.
Blindside, idiot!
That's only a taste of the hellfire you'll see. I'll take you.
Come, brothers. Let's end this. Let's suffer.
No! Out! Out! Abel! We're still inside!
Do take your time. We may throw a picnic.
Let's go!
Fresh air.
That's the lot of them!
Let's get clear of this inferno.
I had a view of the city from the roof. There's a new flotilla in the harbor.
The compass.
Bastard. If we commandeered the springalds that Avgos built, we could rain a cloud of arrows on the invaders.
I'd sooner take the flank and go around this army to the boats. If we cut the head off this beast, the Order's men will be easy to rout.
I will go my own way. Less danger to you both.
Whatever happens, this ends tonight.
May God guide our swords and cover our backs.
Don't be reckless, little boys.
I'll see you when it's done, Erke. Count on it. Godspeed, my friends!
I can't breathe! Watch out!
this is the compass. Large enough to float an ocean.
Frankia! Will none of you lift a finger to aid your master? Die, pig! Put me out! Die! You die here, Dane! Burn and boil! Persistent bastard! Think!
Burning to ash what you cannot possess, that is a child's way out.
To hell with London. Boudica was right to burn it to the ground. It's a brick-and-mortar shithouse. So bright and beautiful, set aflame. Will you rule over these cinders now? Yoke its people to your whims and needs?
You do have power here. Power you have earned. I have finished my work in London. That is enough.
London is only a beginning. My order reaches further than your tiny boats can take you. Never forget, Trigger, my old friend. A man at sea may have gold and glory. But he is always a slave to the churning tides. We are that tide.
London stands!
There you are. The Drenker we must thank for our good fortune.
How do I look? Half drowned and half burned?
Not half of either. And far better for the blood on your blade.
The compass is dead. London is yours, to wreck or rebuild.
We will rebuild. We'll strengthen the walls, reunite families, and likely use less wood, more stone.
Ill-timed, Erke. I'd like a quiet moment to pray.
We'll take it together.
Until our next meeting, I trust you will heed my call if I should send for you.
You came to Lunden in search of a friend, Eivor. You found two.
Aye, Broga. And you deserve this. A silver ring for your raven perch. It was Trigger's before he gifted it to me. I say you've earned the right to wear it now.
I'm touched, Erke. I will carry it with pride. seems the wind calls me back to Randvi. Let's tell her the good news.